Everyone, welcome to the show. So we have yet another woman who has come forward and accused Donald Trump of assaulting her. This is former model Stacey Williams. She says that she was dating notorious pedophile, which wasn't known at the time, but Jeffrey Epstein. He took her to Trump Tower one day, and Trump proceeded to grope her. So according to Williams, this incident occurred in 1993. She says she had been dating Epstein for a few months. They were out for a walk one day, and he suggested, hey, let's stop by Trump Tower. So Williams claims that within minutes of arriving in Trump's office, he pulled her toward him and he began groping her. Now, she had met him one time before this at a Christmas party, but that was it. And so, out of the blue, this man who's only met her one time starts groping her in front of her so-called boyfriend. And Williams told the news outlets that Trump put his hands, quote, all over my breasts. He also, she said, put his hands on her waist, on her butt. And Williams believed that she saw Trump and Epstein smiling at each other when this was going down. So she now says that this seems like it was some sort of twisted game between the two of them. Those were her exact words, twisted game. And in a recent Zoom call, this was a Zoom call of sexual assault victims. They called it Survivors for Kamala. Williams was on this call, and she told the listeners that after she and Epstein said their goodbyes that day, quote, I felt shame and disgust, and as we went our separate ways, I felt this sensation of revisiting it while the hands were all over me. And I had this horrible pit in my stomach that it was somehow orchestrated. I felt like a piece of meat. Williams said that in the moment, she froze. She said she didn't know what to do, something that all of us women can relate to, whether it's out of fear, what are they going to do to me? If I say something, what's going to happen? They're bigger than me. They could kill me, right? I mean, that's in the back of women's minds. Or you're in shock, or both. So anyway, later that same year, 1993, Williams said she received a postcard from Trump. So he sent this postcard to her agent to give to her. On the front of the postcard, there was this aerial view of Palm Beach, and it had Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in the photo. And then on the back of the postcard, Trump wrote, quote, Stacy, you're home away from home. Love, Donald. And it is very clearly from Trump because it's written in his usual black Sharpie, and it's his handwriting. It's the same handwriting we've seen a million times. So Williams has apparently made comments about this over the years, but only on social media. Until now, she said that she feared going completely public because Williams said, quote, I watched what has happened to women who come out, and it is so horrifying and abusive. The thought of doing that, especially as a mother with a child in my house, was just not possible. I just chose in my own way comments on social media to contradict people who said he didn't do anything. And then she also told a couple of friends, apparently, years ago about this alleged encounter. One of the friends spoke with the Guardian news outlet, and this person didn't want to be identified, but the friend said that Williams shared the story with her in either 2005 or 2006. And, quote, what I recall is that it was groping, what we would call feeling someone up. Williams shared her story with a second friend who was fine being named. Her name is Allie Gutwillinger, I think. Gutwillinger is how you pronounce it. So apparently she told Gutwillinger about this in 2015. And Gutwillinger said that she remembers the year because Trump had just announced his run for president. And Gutwillinger said, quote, I went to her house sometime in that week, and I saw a postcard of Mar-a-Lago, and I said, what's this? And she said, turn it over. She said something like, He's vile. He groped me in Trump Tower. So there you go. Right? I believe this is well over 24 women now who have come forward at this point and said he either sexually assaulted or harassed them or both. E. Jean Carroll was, he was found liable for her sexual assault and by a jury of his peers, and there were some Trump supporters on that jury. My question is, how many women does it take? How many women does it take to overcome the word of one single man? Is it 50? Is it 100 women? Right? If there were 100 women lined up, would MAGA believe it then? Would they care? I mean, probably not. All right, considering how many MAGA men we've seen who are also sexual predators, like the one I reported on, the pastor from yesterday, why would they care if Donald Trump is doing something like this when they do it themselves? And no, I'm not saying every MAGA supporter, every MAGA man is out there groping women and a sexual predator. I'm just saying there are a lot. There are quite a few. For the party of family values, the party that says, oh, the left they're grooming children and they're sexual predators and, they're pedophiles, blah, blah, all that QAnon bullshit. And why is it that celebrities get an automatic pass? They get the benefit of the doubt immediately. Like I said the other day in regard to Sean Combs, you don't know him. Just because you see him on TV or you see him at rallies, you don't know Trump, right? And people hide who they truly are all the time, especially narcissists. How many times have we seen this? As I said before, oh, such a good neighbor, so charming, such a nice guy, so personable. I can't believe that he would do something like this. They don't wear stickers on their chest. Hello, I'm a sexual predator. I mean, grow up, people. Seriously, all the idiots out there who are, oh, we would know. No, you frickin' wouldn't know. You wouldn't know unless you're one of these women. The fact that there are still millions of people in this country who support this evil prick is just beyond my comprehension. And for everybody who says, oh, well, what about Bill Clinton? Yeah, what about Bill Clinton? I thought that he should be kicked out of the presidency too. You can't keep it in your pants for 4 years. You have a serious impulse control issue. You cannot be trusted. If you can't keep your word to your wife, why should anybody else trust you? Right? Someone who gave up their life for you, gave you children. You think having a baby, carrying a child is such an easy task? It's monumental. It destroys our bodies. And yet, you're going to go and cheat on somebody who did that for you. That you've promised your life to, promised fidelity to. So why should anyone else trust you? And I get it. People, oh, it's always happened throughout history. Maybe our standards are too low. Right? Obama didn't do it. Name one time that Obama has been accused. I'll wait. Not going to happen. You're not going to hear about it because he didn't. So, obviously it's not impossible to find a man out there who won't do something like this. And I think that we need to raise our standards. I really do, especially for the highest office in the land. Especially for the President of the United States. And again, people want to go back, oh, well, you guys were okay with Bill Clinton. Yeah, there were a lot of Democrats that were okay with Bill Clinton, and I fault them for that. I think that they made a huge mistake. We're defining deviancy downward, and we're just accepting whatever, anything and everything. And it's got to stop. But you know what? The same people who were pointing the finger and bitching and griping about Bill Clinton are now the ones who are totally okay with all of this crap with Donald Trump, including him being accused of abusing a child at Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion, which is out there. It's in writing. She filed a lawsuit in 2016. I've talked about this ad nauseum before, how I spoke personally with her third and final attorney, and that she dropped the case only because she was the subject and her family was the subject of death threats by MAGA. So the fact that the party of family values, the good Christians, quote unquote, who point the finger and wag it at all of us on the left, you're totally cool with all this? You know what? You're a bunch of freaking hypocrites. It's either right all the time or it's wrong all the time, and that's it. You can't just pick and choose who it's okay for to sexually assault children and women. Sorry, for me, it's an across-the-board thing. It's not right whether you have a D or an R behind your name, or an I. Doesn't matter. No party, I don't care. Anyway, all right, guys, I will let you know if I hear any more, but do I think this is going to make a difference? No, I don't, because I think MAGA has become completely depraved. I think that all they care about is power. I think all they care about is, sticking it to the libs, and that's it. They don't give a damn. They don't care about this country. They don't care that this man is just a repulsive, vile predator. So no, I don't think it's going to make a damn bit of difference, sadly. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.